This Eve is also a god, but this, in my opinion, I would never play less than 4 map. I think I have to Thoughtseize on turn 1. 3 Thoughtseize against the red Channeler deck is scary. Okay, but their hand is pretty bad against ours with multiple heats. I really think just like 4 map, 4 Profane Tutor is like what enables the mana engine to work. Like, the mana engine is a lot worse if you're not playing the 4 map, 4 tutor. I guess my Thoughtseizes are kind of dead and their heats are kind of dead. Just an equivalent exchange, huh? Shadowskull Smashing probably means they have Chandra Dress to Kill in their deck, right? Ghost Quarter? What in the world? Yeah, I think I'm gonna Damnation this turn. Obviously doesn't feel great, but I'm gonna grab Golos and then Damnation this turn, Golos next turn. Alright, back up Golos. Oh, I didn't realize we were actually playing against Hayashi. I didn't notice that we're actually playing against Hayashi. Yeah, and the fact that map can like tutor for Takenuma or Castle Locthwain and be good late game. I just really again can't imagine playing less than 4. At the time of making this comment, at least. Okay, only 2 more swamps in the deck. Have, you know, let's see how many more Ghost Quarters and Field of Ruins Hayashi has for us. Next turn we can heat and play second Golos. Or Thoughtseize the second heat, play second Golos. Oh boy. Okay, second heat's gone. Channeler. You have to Ghost Quarter, right? Yeah. So I have 6 mana. Oh, sorry, I need the Thoughtseize first. I think I actually get Urborg here. It's kind of weird, right? But if my opponent top decks another Field of Ruin Ghost Quarter, which they're playing a lot of, I only have 1 Swamp left in the deck. And I still get Hardcast the Griselbrand next turn, which should be game. And like, and this plays around like another Ghost Quarter Field of Ruin, which I bet Hayashi's playing 4 of each, if I had to guess, just knowing how he likes to build the decks. When I get Cataracts, I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why. Because this makes me not have to crack my fetch. I even drew the swamp, wow. Wait, why is Hayashi just playing these over the moon effects? It's so weird. Cataracts indestructible? Again, it doesn't matter, because if I crack my fetch land to get my last swamp, then Ghost Quarter Field of Ruin takes me off of 8 mana. They get to target a different land. I think I want the 4th Golos in this matchup. Might cut the Invoke Despair. Might cut the 4th Thoughtseize. Good, the 4th Thoughtseize. Fetch taps for black. It only fetches for black. It only taps for black if we get the Urborg like I got. Come on, chat, please. It only taps for black if I get the Urborg. That's why I got it. Does Kling good? Yeah, Kling's pretty good in this matchup, I think. And good in general. I can keep this on the draw. Awesome, Grady. Welcome to the chat. Oh, hold on. Let me push this now, actually. To watch this deck, I feel like it's almost never correct to board in the 4th Golos. Seems like value having as card target with 7 copies, 4 is better. I board in the 4th Golos a lot because you have dead removal spells. You like have generally dead cards. Like I don't know. Like it's all, you have plenty of other good Karn tutor targets. I largely like the Golos because it's a somewhat flexible sideboard card. Obviously, like it's not the only thing going on here, but I do actually feel like it's a flexible sideboard card, and I like having access to those usually. Well, do I have to get Damnation or can I get Urborg? I can get Urborg next turn, right? They've got the Field of Ruin is kind of the issue, but maybe my opponent Field of Ruin's me expecting me to get Urborg and I could just get... Oh, they just top deck Pillage. The old Thoughtseize bug. At least my opponent's targeting the Coffers, but we're pretty dead. Oh my gosh. Nobody panic. Okay, you can panic a little bit. They've also got the Din of the Bugbear over there, though. 3 mana gain, 2 life. I feel like Seasoned Pyromancer... Come on. I guess they got the Surveils, huh? Had the Surveils. Go to game 3. Gets me on the play for game 3. They click submit, I think. Maybe I was supposed to cut a Liliana. Tireless Tracker, I think it's 11 months. I like this hand a lot. Turn 1, Inquisition. Turn 2, Map. Turn 3, Crack Map for Urborg. Turn 4, Golos. 2 Ragavans? That's illegal. Guess we're taking a Pillage. 2 Ragavans in the same hand? Alright, usually play Profane Tutor on turn 2 over map when given the option. Okay, thankfully can't cast that Karn this turn. And his Ragavan, second Field of Ruin, Cleansing Wildfire, 2 mystery cards. We're just Wildfire's my swamp, get a basic out of the deck, huh? Not the most powerful play. Okay, so I can't crack the map this turn unless they Field of Ruin me, like their turn, I guess. But I can grab Urborg off the Profane Tutor and cast Golos, assuming my mana doesn't get disrupted at all. Glad there's not an Urborg in play. Okay, got deck tech for Torborg. These top deck pillages are breaking my back, man. I could get Fatal Push. I just need to get a land. Okay. I know they could dash the Ragavan. That's fine, though. Okay. Where are the Aether Mage's touches? Wait, you want me to figure out how to put the touches in here? I don't know how to put them in. They're not. I guess you have to cut the Priest of Fell Rites if you want to play Aether Mage's touches in the main. They're not like, they're kind of a cute sideboard juke, but the problem with this card is you only see 4 cards. You're so likely to brick. I would play the wait, what is the third Obsidian over? What did you cut a Jace for the third Obsidian, which I guess is maybe. I would cut the Brutality first, but you probably play Jank Taxes at this point and just hope. But it's worse. We talk about this card so often. I just can't. Oh, man. Doesn't cast the Ragavan. So I don't want to get Cabal Coffers because it's just too bad into the Field of Ruins. So I think I get the Cascading Cataract. Could just get a Swamp. Could get a Castle. I do want to hold a push for Dash Ragavan this turn. It's my priority. I don't know what to say beyond that. It's like that's how you would put the card in the deck. It's worse, you know it's worse. We can move on. Fetch seemed like a safe hedge against field. Well, fetch is kind of bad because I want to keep as many swamps in the deck as possible because they've got 2 more Field of Ruins in play. If I draw a land, it's maybe close between Golos and Damnation. Okay, thankfully, don't have to make the decision, huh? Got Cling to Dust in the yard. Don't know my opponent's hand. Thankfully, no Obosh in this version. And with Urborg to fetch a swamp. The Urborg is dying to a Field of Ruin, though. The Urborg is dying to a Field of Ruin. Alright. Big draw step. And not a big draw. I probably have to hold up the Cling to Dust here. I could main phase the Cling, but I kind of think I might need to Cling for life. Cling for dear life. They have 2 sorceries, 2 lands, 3 creatures, so I guess we're not keeping them off Delirium. Good pass. I guess I can keep them off Delirium if they surveil, you know, different type, yeah. So Golos Despair is curve consideration, more power level. I mean, yeah, Invoke Despair was good. Golos is great, is what I've been saying. I need to gain the life here so that I can top deck a land, slam the Golos, and hope. Yeah, you're good, Torpor. Good luck to you on your Bruin. Okay, so we can push the Den of the Bugbear. Push was definitely, like, if we're gonna draw a spell, may have been the best one. I think my opponent probably should have cast the Bolt last turn to turn on Delirium. We're done. I guess into the Cling. No, you turn it into the Cling to Dust. It's fair. Okay, GG Sayashi. Didn't seem unwinnable either, but okay, playing against creativity. I'll take the creativity. When was the last time Magic to you wasn't just another day? Last night I played Pioneer Super Qualifier. Then maybe like the Hunter Burton Energy in Chicago paper tournaments. The deck seemed like it'd be good against Somnath. The mono red deck? Probably not. The old Thoughtseize bug. We were on the right side of the old Thoughtseize bug this time, huh? How do I prefer my eggs cooked? You guys are cooking your eggs? You don't just drink them raw? It saves a lot of time to just drink your eggs raw. You guys aren't actually cooking your eggs, are you? Kids these days. That's gotta be a joke. So we get our coffers. I think I'm gonna go Karn for Golos here. Feel life total control versus Omnath. Burn life total control, whatever is favored against Omnath. You're like maybe 55% or something like that, but you have a good Omnath matchup. And like, I'm kind of like surprised that Burn is like, Burn life total control, whatever, is just not that popular on Magic Online. I think the deck is like good, and like, I think it's kind of weird to see like Burn be a well-positioned deck and then just have nobody play it. But I do think it's a deck that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna double push up for 2 tokens, I guess. I'm gonna get a Cataracts here. Burn is also off versus Amulet. That is true. Here's the thing, though. Burn players, I think you should just play 4 Magus of the Moon in your sideboard. Like, there's been I think it's been too long that Burn players have been like, Amulet is an awful matchup. It's so bad. Oh well. Oh well. I could play 4 Magus of the Moon in my sideboard and make it like actually like pretty solid matchup. But for so long it's just been, oh, Titan's so bad. It's such a bad matchup. Oh well. Nothing we can do about it. They have a 3rd creativity? Wow, a 3rd creativity would be pretty lucky. Not as lucky as me having 2 pushes though. Yeah, Lurrus is too good. Said every burn player ever. Lurrus is far too good to include. I can't lose my precious, precious Lurrus. Every burn player ever says. I don't have a. I guess Cage doesn't stop creativity for no reason. I might get a Torpor Orb here. Just stop any Archons from ETBing. Obviously stops, you know, my Archons, my Goloses, but I think that's okay at this point. For Magus the main big brain play. Sorry, slow down. I don't know. I do typically feel like burn players are kind of like that. They're just like, it's just so unwilling to adapt. And that's okay. But I am saying that instead of giving up, you can play 4 Magus of the Moons in your sideboard and have a pretty good Titan matchup probably. I guess I'll cast a Griselbrand. I guess that's fine. I can't get another Coffers this turn. Maybe draw 7. Let's draw 7. Awesome. That Coffers. 8 mana. Just Ballista here. Yeah, I like this sweater a lot. I actually shrunk in the dryer though, and it's like a little tight. I can't, and it's also like a little torn. It tore here. I have a lot of shirts like this and clothes that I only wear on stream because it doesn't really matter that there's like a tear here. I like the sweater a lot, but like I'd say that like half of the shirts I wear on stream have like holes in them and I can't wear them anywhere else. You can wear them here. Yeah, it's probably not a bit. Yeah, it's true. I could just sew it up, right? Obviously, but it is also too small. Like it is like it's shrunk in the dryer. I've tried to stretch it out. It doesn't work. Like I have been unable to like stretch it back out, and like, you know, I'm showing a little bit of belly button. I would have lean back. Okay, so Bloodchief's Thirst kills Renin 6. Probably good enough reason to keep him in. I might do something like trim second Damnation, trim 2 pushes, trim Liliana for 4 Voidwalkers. Submit this. I had a rough leagues with Esper Shadow today. I have other clothes. I just, you know, usually don't wear them on stream because I like, you know, I have lots of shirts I like that I can wear on stream. I'm gonna try it again tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Usually after the stream, you know, I go into the tank for a little while and try to figure out what I'm doing the next day. Make sure it's interesting and exciting. I basically never know what I'm doing the next day until the day before. But I do spend, you know, a lot of time prepping. I guess I'll keep this and put back the push. Shows the shirt that shrunk. Yeah, it was definitely the sweater that shrunk. It was. I've actually been losing some weight lately, but. All right, should put back Liliana. Is this deck worth buying? I mean, worth it is always going to be very subjective. Very like, you know, you're gonna be the one that determines if it is or isn't worth it. Lily is bad against Renin 6. But this deck is good. I recommend it. But again, worth it is up for you to decide. How come the Voidwalkers are good here? It's not so much that the Voidwalkers are great, more so that I don't want all these goofy removal spells. But the Voidwalkers are good to stop Red and 6 looping. Sometimes you get to cast an Archon off them. You get to pressure your opponent in a meaningful way. Coffer seems like a bad buy as a 4-of. It's up for you guys to decide. I just build the decks. You guys can, build them if you like them. Or not if you don't. Alright, no fear. I guess I probably didn't need to concede there. Sorry, I just could have actually cast the Invoke Despair. I don't know why I thought I was just dead. I mean, I was pretty dead. But the Invoke Despair actually just catches me right back up. Okay, I was probably a little early. Oopsie. We're gonna win game 3. Have you ever tried Croxabar Shadow? I answered your question earlier. I haven't tried it. It's probably fine. I think that Obosh is probably a little bit better, though. Yeah, they're just getting Archon of Cruelty. We would have been totally fine there. I don't know. Sometimes you just take too much psychic damage and concede. No, we know it's Archon. That was game 2. I guess maybe there could have been a different sideboard plan too. But yeah. I am saying I shouldn't have conceded there. You guys never just take some psychic damage before? So slamming Karn next turn is a little weird if they do find a creativity. Let's see what we draw. I might wait a turn. Okay, I think I'm down to Inquisition and just wait a turn. I'll play the Coffers, because if I draw a swamp next turn, then the Coffers gets to make a little extra mana. Definitely do not mind their hand being all lands. Do you have opinions on Hidetsugu in Modern? I think it's like not that well positioned right now, with Hammer Time being a deck that's kind of falling out of favor. Okay, let me slam the Golos, because if they Archon the Golos, it's not that bad, because I get to go Karn Bridge. They also have to top that creativity, right? Oh, they get 2 Archons, though. Alright, well, let's just fade it. Successfully faded, let's go. And then I think we go Karn, Torpor Orb, Suspend Tutor. Was it better to hold up Karn Push? Yeah, it was, I think. Yeah, I've spent some time practicing in front of the mirror, Hidetsugu. It only took me like a month. Thank you for your patience. You know, I have a stutter, okay? I did speech therapy as a kid. I deserve to mispronounce words and not get made fun of. When I was, it would be kind of maybe messed up to lie about that or joke about that, but it's not a joke. And but I've told this story a few times as a kid though, where I would go to speech therapy. They would take me out of class for me to go to speech therapy, like once a week, right? And every single time I went, the kids would ask me where I was going. Every single time. They would always be like, where are you going? Why do you get to leave class? Every single week. And they just like would never be like, oh, Everett's going to speech therapy today. This is, I just had to tell them every week. It was miserable. Now that was the real psychic damage. We're supposed to play the Golos before we activate the second Coffers because we get 1 more mana. And yeah, that was my practice for answering the Torpor Orb. Right. Okay, I shouldn't have got the Golos. Sorry. Punt. was just trauma dumping on chat. Yeah, there was a lot of mistakes there, huh? But it didn't jump to protect their Ren. It's probably better to actually just have the token. Getting heavily downvoted on Reddit for saying the new Obscura charm won't definitely see a player because it can be treated to fair. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's I agree that that card seems to be like incredibly overhyped. It's not a bad card, but it is. I think it's very overhyped. Like the amount of play it's gonna see is like very much like TBD, you know. Like I think it will see some play. I think it'll see some play. But like, there's a lot of people like it's broken. What are they thinking? This card's sick. And the card is sick, but it's like it's more cool than it is good. And like another thing like people don't understand is like your mana curve is a nightmare with this card. You guys are gonna start building the deck and you're gonna realize that your mana curve is gonna be all over the place. It's gonna be really tough. Or not all over the place. It's gonna be all in the 3-drop spot. It's gonna be all in the 3-drop spot. You're gonna have so many 3-drops. And it's like if are you playing 4 Teferi and 4 of this card? Because if so, like are those all your 3-drops you're playing? If so, then like your deck's like I don't know, your charm's like that good. You're gonna have back curse as the man with the Griselbrand in play. Yeah, that should prove that I know what I'm talking about. That I'm like, putting Griselbrand into play. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's unplayable, but I am saying like it has really weird deck building restrictions. It's Esper. It competes with a lot of cards. I think this must have been like the most upvoted comment on like the Reddit post or something. This must have been like the most upvoted, like a super upvoted post. But people keep going. You can return Ashiok in response to a fetch land or a search effect, and I'm like, how are you getting the Ashiok in the graveyard? It's just like, why is the Ashiok in the graveyard in time for you to return Ashiok on turn 3 or whenever? It just doesn't make any sense. It's not reality. But people keep saying it too. They keep saying return Ashiok at instant speed. It's like, why is it in the graveyard? It is really not going to be a format defining card in my opinion, or like even like a particularly common card to see. It's very much a fringe playable card in my opinion. Okay, gonna sing the name of the next card drawn. 100,000 channel points redeemed. Yeah, it could be a Pioneer card too. I actually agree with that. You get to play more 3-drops in Pioneer. And I will say also like it is good that it's also an eliminate, and it's also a counter target instant sorcery. Like the fact that it deals with a lot of different permanents and can be a value card is good. Like I'm not saying it's bad. Like the flexibility is obviously a huge part of this, but like it is a flexible card, not a powerful card, and that's just really important to make sure we. What is this keep? Oh, sorry, I thought this was a Boreal Grazer. Dude, I thought for sure this was a Boreal Grazer. I should have probably taken the growth, but the Teferi is just so scary against my tutor. I thought for sure this was Grazer. And I thought they were playing the Bring to Light deck. I was stun locked. Oh, sorry. Bojuka Bog! Totally forgot. Is that really a keep on 6? I probably would have mulliganed again. Just like, the second's 4 Ren and 6s, like any 5-card hand with a Ren and 6 is a 7-card hand. Actually, I think I just suspend second Profane Tutor here. If their draws were exactly 2 lands and it's a Fairy Time Raveler, we can cry. Okay, no crying today, huh? Think Charm will be good in a 5-color Rockrick deck? I don't know. We'll probably try it. It probably won't be that good. Okay, let's get a Cabal Coffers, I think, with this Profane Tutor. Probably Golos with the second one. Found their third land. Hopefully they don't have a second counter spell. Doesn't seem like they've got a Teferi. I mean, we know Fury, Memory Deluge, Prismatic Ending. Like, if they have Solid, like, it seems like they've got Solitude because they're pausing. But I'm just gonna get the Cascading Cataracts, anyways. We still have a lot of mana. Like, we could get a Castle here, or we could get a second Cabal Coffers. But I think we just, like, make them Solitude this. We also have to Cling to Dust to be a little bit of a mana sink if we do Flood some more. Okay, they're gonna Eldarmy's Call for Solitude, maybe? Yeah, for Solitude. They pitch the ending. So don't have really any new info still. Fury, Memory Deluge, 2 mystery cards is my opponent's hand. And then they Eternal Witness, probably back Windswept Teeth. Plays the Heath, passes. Okay, I think I'm gonna go get Delir or get Revolts, Liliana, and then I guess I should have probably pushed first, because then I would not show them the Liliana, but I would if they ephemerated here, I would Cling to Dust what they returned and then Edict, so I just wanted to play around that. And then they discarded the Memory Deluge, so I'll go to main phase, exile the Deluge with the Cling to Dust. I want to leave Karn in the yard for Takenuma. Don't have a ton that we can grab here, but we've got a few cards that are relevant. No, you don't want to play Mind Stone in this deck. Like, your mana engine is you know, Urborg Cabal Coffers, so like you just want to be playing the Profane Tutors and the Expedition maps as your mana cards. Think Force will ever make it into Modern? I sure hope not. Sure hope not. There's definitely like a subset of players that like just want Modern to be Legacy. You know? Spike, let's print Force of Will, Wasteland Days. What you think? It's gonna be a no for me, dog. How did I create Modern Day Ponza? I don't know. Ponza's in a weird spot. It's not really a deck that I think is great at the moment. It is a deck that I've played a lot of in the past, and a deck I respect, but it's in a really weird spot, I feel. Yeah, Prismatic Ending, I think, here. How about Port? Port is like a really miserable card. You know, I'm not saying that miserable cards can't or don't exist in Modern, but it is a really miserable card, and I would generally prefer to not have it in the format. Okay, it's not a bad draw. Okay, so we can crack this for Takenuma. I guess I'll just, while I have the mana floating, do this. Kind of puts my hand face up, but does let me keep push up for Ragavan. Could Takenuma be good enough to play in Jund Saga? I think your mana is like too stretched thin. Like, for the Jund Saga deck, there's a camp of people who think that the mana is like non-functional. There's a camp of people who are like, the mana in Jund Saga is non-functional, I would never play Jund Saga. And then there's a camp of people who are like, let's play Takenuma and or the red channel land too. And it's kind of funny that both those camps exist simultaneously, but I think for the most part you do not want to play it. And I think but I also think the mana is pretty functional as is. You just can't play every card you would want to play. Torment is made for this deck. I thought Torment of Hailfire was made for EDH. Unlike Bolas the Citadel, which is a standard modern card. Oh boy. I would never play. The thing about Torment of Hailfire is like it's gonna be good when you have millions of mana, but every card is good when you have millions of mana. You know what I mean? It's just like so embarrassing to put it in your deck. there's just everything else you could play instead is better. Oh boy. Gonna get a Thoughtseize maybe? Might get a Bloodchief's Thirst. You guys ever lose to a Lightning Bolt before? You guys ever just like... Oh, I guess I could have beat Lightning Bolt by just holding up the Cling. I'm just not gonna cast the Archon. I think we got enough value this turn. Yeah, this is a coward stream today. Second time I've taken the correct but cowardly option. like literally the only way we lose this game is like cast the Archon and they have bolts. It's like we could have cast the Archon and held up the Cling to Dust to play around it. That probably would have been fine. Activate Golos on my upkeep. Oh, that's so sick. That's so sick. I mean, I could also just like cast the Archon though. Actually, that actually like wait, that's actually less efficient than just casting the Archon, right? Because this Coffers effectively is 10 mana, and so like if I use a Coffers activation, that's actually less efficient than just casting the Golos. Right? Want to do a deck tech on a pauper deck? You don't want me to do a deck tech on a pauper deck. I can't give you any like insight or like good advice. No, because you get 3 cards. Well, I get 3 cards anyways. I still get 3 cards off the Golos. I can hardcast Archon and cast Golos and cast whatever I want. But if I'm just, but like, I don't think that's relevant. I get another card if I activate Golos later. Yeah, we're definitely in garbage time. Yeah, I would never play a second Cataracts. You just have too many ways to tutor it, and it's indestructible. This card was definitely designed with Golos in mind. I'm not sure like when these cards were printed exactly, but I can't really imagine that Cascading Cataracts was not like explicitly printed for Golos. I'm gonna wait on my land drop here, because I kind of want to get another Coffers. Like 4 years apart, yeah. I'm gonna, I think, have this opinion till I die. Okay, opponent has not packed it in quite yet. Fine, I'll just cast the stupid Walking Ballista. Fine, I'll just cast the stupid Walking Ballista. Clocked into the 23 months, long time. Excited for the 2 years next month, huh? Hopefully. No pressure. I think I'll play 4th Golos over 4th Push and click Submit. Opinion on the worst matchup for Team of Rackets? Probably Burn. Probably Burn. Oh yeah, sorry. I did want to sideboard the Dimmercool. Yeah. Maybe... No, I think I want to cut the second Damnation. I think I do want to just have as many Goloses. You really want to cast this card in turn 4. Why not Voidwalkers? You just turn on too much of your opponent's removal, I think. It's not bad against them. But I think I like boarding this way better. Because they leave like prismatic endings against you, which are like not that good otherwise, but they usually leave them in. Islands are still rad through the 9 months. Appreciate you. Have we hardcast Wurmcoil yet? I don't know. I don't think so. I think we've hit it off Golos maybe. Amazing, I get to pay you Monopoly money. Yeah, it's not Monopoly money to me, huh? I played a second Archon instead of Griselbrand. I think that's fine. I don't like Ugin that much. I think Ugin is like just too bad against like Hammer Time and too bad against like decks that just don't have permanents in play. The Griselbrand has also been pretty good, but I think you could make a strong argument for just playing 2 Archons instead. You could also make a strong argument for Karn Liberated, because you do have 7 mana on turn 5 a lot of the time. But Karn Liberated is also just kind of like not that good, to be honest. Cakes to 2 months, appreciate you. But there's maybe like a better 7 drop in black. There's something fundamentally wrong about trying to just hardcast Wurmcoil in Modern. You and me maybe have different definitions of fundamentally wrong. Phage untouchable. Sounds good. Worst Fears, that's 8 mana, right? What's a good replacement for Liliana? I'm not sure. You could play like Turok, Duretti. Not Duretti. Davriel. The Black March, maybe. But then the problem with the Black March is you kind of have too many removal spells. But it would be a fine, like, budget replacement. I think I take this counterspell. Thought Distortion, Cruel Reality. Yeah, those cards just don't seem very strong. Thought Distortion's like an okay sideboard card, but it's, you know, still like pretty slow. Not good against a lot of decks. I wish Red Black Duretti was Modern. Yeah, that card's really cool. I kind of thought that it maybe was fine to print into Modern, but not really sure actually. A surprising number of suggestions for Phage the Untouchable. What's my frontrunner deck for playing SCG Con? It was Jund Saga. No, I'm not really sure. I think maybe it's Lotus Field, maybe it's Reclamation. Well, that's the worst possible for us. So we probably just lose our Profane Tutor. I think I'm on that no plus life. Yeah. Here's Edict the Witness if they play the Witness. What do you think of Rock Saga with Elvish Reclaimer? That deck's fine. I'm not convinced it's better than Jund Saga, but it's fine. Okay, this is like what's goofy to me about like the red black the Golgari Saga deck, right? Like Jund Saga's mana is so bad. It's so bad. You got red and 6 and your Saga deck on turn 2. But the green black Saga deck also plays 4 Voidwalker and 4 Witherbloom Command. And like I know that they're 2 colors instead of 3, but red and 6 also helps you fix your mana like way better than anything else that you play in the in the other deck. It's just so goofy to me. It's like, it's really, the mana's just totally fine. Like, I actually think the mana in green-black is very marginally better than Jund. It's really, really small, if anything. Okay, totally fine with them just, you know, with time walking them a little bit with the Liliana here. But definitely like to resolve the Karn. Obviously, Profane Tutor gets Teferied. Big sad. Probably not suspending a Profane Tutor this turn. I think I will play a Coffers. The upside of drawing a Swamp is maybe there. And I don't really want to get Torpor Orb with the Golos in my hand. I might just get Citadel. Witherbloom's kind of just gas in the deck. Yeah, I'm not saying Witherbloom Command is bad. It is worse than Red and 6. But what I'm saying is like the big argument is that Green Black Rock has much better mana than Jund Saga. And I don't even know that that's true. Where like you have green and black spells on turn 1. Jund Saga has red and black spells on turn 1. And then like in green black you have Voidwalker and Witherbloom Command. You have the full 4, right, of each. So you have 8 gold 2 drops in your Urza Saga deck. In Jund Saga, you only have the Red and 6 as the gold 2 drop. And Red and 6 fixes your mana really well by just returning, like, anytime you Red and 6 back a fetch land, your mana is perfect. Which is like, and you're going to be able to Red and 6 back fetch lands really often when you're playing 4 of them. But you like Witherbloom Command is maybe like that, maybe it's not like that. And I know that Jund Saga plays double red on turn 3, double black on turn 3, which I think is just fine. I think it's just fine. They've been playing 3 Witherbloom? Yeah, sure. But like, my main point is like people just like I think the argument that Jund Saga's mana is bad is not true, and I think the argument that Green Black has way better mana is not true. I think that it's kind of just copium, and that the reality is Green Black is sweeter than Jund. Green Black is definitely sweeter than Jund. You don't play the cards. You don't play Ragavan and Ren and 6, which are cards that people don't want to buy and that people hate. And so people like I think are kind of jump through like the mental hoops a little bit to like figure out why it's better. But I just don't think that at least these specific arguments I don't think make any sense or hold any water to me. I'm contradicting myself. Can you say what it is I'm saying that's contradicting myself? Maybe I misspoke, but I don't feel like I said anything that I felt contradicted myself. You said Green Black would have been Jund. Yeah, then maybe I just misspoke. I don't know if that's the same as contradicting myself. Maybe it is. So my opponent definitely has a counterspell. I know they've got Eternal Witness. So I think I like playing the Spellbomb. They might counter this. And then I can pop this main phase to try to double spell. I think that, like, it's a bit awkward to suspend Profane Tutor. The Tutor's not getting much better. Maybe I can get the Teferi off the field. It's not really getting any better than this, though. Yeah, no, I definitely meant that Green Black is sweeter than Jund. Like, people like that Green Black doesn't play Ragavan, Ren, and 6 because everybody hates those cards. Yeah, that wasn't the misspeak. So you can blast it next turn, bump it up 3, instead pop upkeep to get the Tutor. Yeah, I might do that. Because like they're definitely still holding up counter magic here. I think if I kick the Bloodchief's Thirst on the Teferi, it just like always gets countered here and I lose the Profane Tutor. So I kind of like just casting this here, going with the tick up Cabal Coffers to 3-line. Oh, Veil Summer. What a silly magic card, huh? Silly, goofy magic card. Emrakul the Promised Ends. They have instant, sorcery, land in the graveyard. For 3 types. So I don't feel like I need to crack the Spellbomb yet, right? Unless I just miscounted completely. They already played their land for turn. If they didn't play their land, I'd be kind of worried about Omnath, but I think I just let that happen so I could, you know, take up the Blast Zone, kill the Teferi, resolve the Profane Tutor. Okay, here I'm just gonna pop the Spellbomb and not draw a card. I might be able to hardcast the Emrakul next turn, though. Depending on what they put in the yard. Because I'm going to put Creature Planeswalker. I don't need to set Upkeep Stop because the trigger goes on the stack. I guess I just will anyways, though. I can also just grab Thoughtseize, maybe. Oh, no. I had enough mana. I had enough mana to draw the card. I thought I was one short. Sorry. For whatever reason, I thought that I thought I didn't have enough mana. Obviously not the case. I think I'm just getting Urborg, though. So if I let them cast the counterspell on something this turn, I think they get to Emrakul me. How much mana do I have? I've got 6. That's 4 types in the yard, 5 with the land, 4, 5, this is 8. Yeah, they get to hardcast Emrakul next turn if they resolve counterspell on something. And they probably just kill me with the Bolas' Citadel. Yeah, I'll just cast the Citadel though. I don't think that I like can afford to just do nothing else. Okay, they have been bluffing counterspell this whole time. I can't believe they've just been bluffing the counterspell. That's absurd. It's ridiculous. I totally fell for it. Yeah, they might counter the Citadel. Or do they have the counterspell and no, they can't cast the Emrakul. They needed to cast, if they had counterspell in their hand, they needed to cast the counterspell in order to Emrakul, right? They're 1 type short. Yeah, they're 1 mana short. I think they think that they can cast the Emrakul and just like kill me with the Citadel, but they can't. Yorion in the hand. They can cast that and draw 3 cards. Who cares? Just 3 cards. Small amount of cards. Don't Veil of Summer me. Do not Veil of Summer me opponent. Let's go! They don't have a counter spell. This is absurd. Okay, I'm going to take the Emrakul. Cast the map. Play Cabal Coffers from the top of my library. Okay, I was kind of worried that they would deluge for bolts. Maybe they sided out bolts. We have 15 mana. So I'm a little short of Karn and killing them with Ballista. I think I'm going to get Torpor Orb here. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Okay, I officially declared this to be an okay matchup. They did a great job bluffing the counterspell. I totally ate it. I totally bought that they had it. A lot of times I'll just activate the coffers and like the Moto does the math for me. Like I'll just play my land, activate the coffers. Because you play like if you're gonna play your whole turn sorcery speed, you don't really need to do the math. First mistake was reading YouTube comments. I mean, that's the kind of the thing, though. Is it's really easy to make fun of YouTube comments. It's really easy to make fun of Twitch chat, but my YouTube comments are like disgustingly, overwhelmingly supportive and like friendly. It's like it's kind of bizarre how friendly my YouTube comment section is, and how friendly my Twitch chat is. But like, oh, is this the mirror? It is the mirror. Okay, I'll take the Thoughtseize. But it says surprise. The Urborg is always kind of bad in this matchup. I might still be getting it just so I can turn 4 Golos. Probably still getting it. No, I don't want that to change, but it's just like I also don't want people to talk bad about the YouTube comments because yeah, they are like they are just like very overwhelmingly supportive. I don't really understand. Yeah, just gonna take the 4-drop. So I'm gonna get a Urborg next turn and Golos for. Wait, what did they draw? Liliana, probably? They did draw Liliana. So I guess I'm going to Golos for Castle Locthwain then. Discarded Invoke Despair, not Archon of Cruelty. It's kind of surprising. Okay, obviously getting Urborg is risky because now I can like let them cast a 5-drop next turn, but I'm just going to cast my own 5-drop. It's an interesting draw. Yeah, let me actually get second Cabal Coffers now. So this way I can actually I can get Takenuma with the Expedition map and replay the Golos. Maybe I can't replay the Golos all in one turn. They drew their own Cataracts. Hold on. Six, 10, 12 mana here, so it's 7 for map Takenuma, and then am I really one short? I go play Delta into 6, 10, 12 mana, 3 mana for map Takenuma, 4 to channel, so that's 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. I have exactly enough. Okay. Okay, I guess I'll just not count again, so that way I don't, the number isn't different all of a sudden. I think we just get the castle here. Get a castle here. They want to, they probably have to edict. So let's hope they don't draw a land. If they draw a land, we do get to Damnation. Their Golos away. Suspends a Profane Tutor. Okay, their hand is Golos, Archon of Cruelty. We draw a pretty dead Fatal Push. Probably the worst draw in the deck. I guess Inquisition's a little worse. Play a Cataracts, pass. This is the mirror. So now they're casting Golos. They're going to be casting Archon of Cruelty next turn, assuming we don't find a discard spell. They also have a Profane Tutor coming off, so we're definitely not feeling too good. They maybe get Griselbrand off the Profane Tutor. Okay, so let's go Liliana +1. They're definitely going to get Griselbrand now. Damnation, then activate the castle. Suspend Tutor, pass. Wait, do they have 8 mana? Yeah, they easily have 8 mana. So maybe they're not playing the Griselbrand. But if they play Griselbrand, like, I can edict the Griselbrand. They're going to draw a billion cards, though. I'll come in and push the Golos. You wanted to push Golos just to get it out of the push out of the hand? This may be correct. Yeah, it might have been correct to get it out of my hand because I've got Castle Locthwain. Obviously didn't end up being that big a deal. This is a flavor win, right? Liliana killing Griselbrand. This happens in the lore. Yeah, spoiler. 10-year-old spoiler. Bojuka Bog, okay. Yeah, something Hellvault. Thalia kills Griselbrand, okay. Does Liliana, like, orchestrate it, though? She, like, pull on the strings? What is pausing? Another Profane Tutor. So we're gonna have a really good turn next turn. With our Profane Tutor coming off. Opponent's thinking, do I want to draw another 7 cards and go to 5? Does want to draw another 7. So now if I can find a Karn, I can probably Ballista my opponent to death. Okay, your go. Oh yeah, Invoke Despair also gets the job done there. Didn't find either of those. Opponent immediately plays their coffers, of course. Has tons of mana, 14 cards in the hand. But we can tutor Invoke Despair next turn, so we have to get killed here. I don't think Karn for Ballista is enough. Yeah, it's not enough. I'm at 9. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's not enough. They need 18 mana. They only have 14. Karn for Voidmere would stop me. Yeah. But if they're playing my list, they don't have a Voidmere. They also should have played the Golos before they activated their coffers, or at least the second coffers. Now they're just down 1 mana. They probably activate their Cataracts here. Maybe they've got a way to gain life. We win now with Ballista. I think so, yeah. If they're playing my exact list, we do win. with Ballista. But obviously, like, my opponent is capable of, you know, making changes. But, like, I think the Bojuka Bog and, like, the Goloses are, like, a tell that they probably haven't made many, if any, changes. Oh, Karn turns off the Ballista. Right. Right. Fuck. Dude, my opponent, like, also... I had an opponent that did that against me earlier, actually. Right. Okay. So I can get Griselbrand. Griselbrand lets me draw 7. Or I could also just get Invoke Despair. I just gotta get the Griselbrand, right? Like, drawing 7 is just too good with all this mana. They can invoke twice. If they're playing my list, they only have 1 invoke in the deck. I do have another Bloodchief's Thirst, but there's no way I Profane Tutor for Bloodchief's Thirst. I would get Invoke Despair over that. But I feel like I would just rather draw 7 because I have millions. I have enough mana to, like, draw 7 into a lot of things. Okay, they're gonna Needle my Griselbrand. Good play. Good play. Good play. So we now get Invoke Despair. Yeah, they've already used their Invoke. That's a good point, too. Or we maybe thoughts used it. Something. Karn and Citadel. I think that's worse than just getting the Invoke Despair. We also get to draw a card. We put them to 3. No, they named Griselbrand because their Karn turns off our Ballista. I think Invoke is better than Archon. That's funny. That's funny. I could draw Blast Zone for the Needle, maybe. Or, like, Expedition Map for Blast Zone for Needle. So they sack their Golos, sack their Karn. Go to 3. This is always dying here. There's no way this ever lives. But has Cling to Dust. Cling to Dust just to gain some life. Makes sense. Still have 6 cards in their hand. Alright, seems that the line is going to be Golos, activate Golos. I think I'd rather leave the Blast Zone in the deck. I think I'm just going to get Bog, because that's like the worst hit. And I also get to get their Cling to Dust. Oh, whoops. Okay, I found a Karn. So I don't have 12 mana anymore, though, do I? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 mana, so I can Ballista for 4. Well, this has been an awesome game. I still have 12. I don't have 12. I don't have another. I only have 1 more Cabal Coffers. I know I can play the land for turn that doesn't give me 12 mana. Do I? Oh, hold on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, hold on. I didn't count the coffers as lands. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, exactly. Oh, sorry, yeah. Sorry, for whatever reason, I just didn't count the Cabal Coffers as lands. Exactsies. Exactly like we drew it up. Exactly like we drew it up. Amazing. Just a normal game of Modern. Just a normal game of Modern. I feel like I got teleported to a universe where all of a sudden I did have 12 mana. I feel like I didn't start that turn with 12 mana. I just got Mandela affected into it. So I usually cut the Damnations. Do I want the Emrakul in this matchup? I do with the Voidwalkers. I'm gonna play the 4th Golos. Play 1 or 2 Fatal Push because they bring in their own Voidwalkers. Probably don't play it. The Emrakul's just too sweet. Maybe I'll draw, play 1 less Voidwalker, play 2 Push. Is Tron just stop sleep? No, I mean Tron's fine. This deck is really sick though. I feel like it is better than like mono green Tron right now. Wait, that's 61? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, Urborg. Urborg is the card to cut. Sorry. Yeah, we should have. Urborg is the card to cut. I always say as soon as we run into the mirror, I'm gonna cut an Urborg in this matchup. I always forget in game 2, and I remember for game 3. This happens like literally every single time. Damn, I'm thankful my opponent has got an Urborg. I'm sorry we don't play a single Break the Ice. I mean, your sideboard's just so taxed, you know. Yeah, Hive of the Ire Tyrant is playable. It's even more playable with the Golos. I don't know how to make room for it. You could maybe cut like one of the castles. Just play one castle. But I think I'd rather play 2. What a freaking top deck. Let's go. Nice Urborg. So I've got Thirst for their Voidwalker, so I don't need to take it. They also have Cabal Coffers Urborg, notably. But they don't currently have a payoff. I'm going to hold the Coffers for now, because they don't know I have it. Their hand is Bloodchief's Thirst, 2 mystery cards. Can now play 1 for extra mana next turn. Next turn I've got 6 mana. Did they draw anything to play off their coffers? I think they drew something. Oh boy. So they probably get Coating. I guess they know I have Karn, so maybe they just get the Citadel. Doesn't 2 coffers beat 1 coffers? Maybe not on the draw. You can Coating their coffers as coming turn plus Karn? No, because their Karn shuts off my Coating. So their plan is to Bloodchief's Thirst my Karn. And then Coating one of my coffers. So I could Needle the Coating here. Or I could just grab Bolas's Citadel. I think I need to Needle the Coating. I can also Needle Karn. No, I got another card in my hands. That doesn't make any sense. Can't Coating with Karn out. Nobody listens to anything I say. Like I said, my opponent's plan is to Bloodchief's Thirst, my Karn the Great Creator, and then kill my Cabal Coffers with the Karn. I said this when I started the line, but I just don't know if people tune in mid-sentence or what's going on. But I said this when I took the line. Y'all don't hear me, you just want to dance. Man. There may be a line where they animate the needle color card. Yeah, that's fine if they do that, because that means they're not also killing my Cabal Coffers this turn, because I really need to untap with both coffers next turn. Yeah, like if they go like land bless, yeah, it's just not that big a deal. They grab their own Citadel, but they shouldn't be able to play it this turn. No, they can't. They can if they have a land. They don't have a land. They're just killing my Karn, and I believe I've got 10 mana. Maybe I'm a little short. Hold on. No, I have 9 mana. So I can't. Okay, so let me just go. Thoughtseize take their Citadel. They have a second Karn. Okay, I'm still taking Citadel, suspending Profane Tutor, killing their Karn by plussing on my Needle. I think is correct. How much more miserable would this mirror be if Flatus was banned? This mirror is like really fun, but it's also like, you know, I feel like not that competitive, if that makes sense. Did they top deck Invoke Despair? That would be easily the worst thing for me. Wurmcoil's good. I liked this line. But since this deck is so hard, for sure. This deck is very difficult. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is the last league or not. We'll see how long this match and the next one go. I know I've been ending a lot of streams early, but I've also been, like, pretty burned out. I've got some family stuff to take care of this evening. We'll see. We'll just see how I'm feeling. What do you mean competitive? Just extremely swingy mirror? Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's, like, just, like, a lot of mirror matches, like, it's just really easy to get outdrawn by your opponent, so it's, like... it's just kind of tough to, like, really get, like, a huge edge. You know, like, a lot of mirror matches are like that, where one player just draws a lot better than the other. I'm gonna get a Citadel. And leave my fetch land up, and the ability to still play land. Plays land. Liliana. Inquisition takes Coating. Invoke Despair is pretty dang good. Shuffle. Oh, sorry, I need to play Voidwalker before the Liliana plus. That was actually really bad. So we get to cast Griselbrand with 6 mana left? 4 mana left. Should have pushed with Despair on the stack. Not post board where like this says this is actually a live card now. Oh, just push so we draw an extra card, they lose 2 more life. Yes, sorry, yeah. We should have done that. No, push doesn't kill Golos. No, you guys are wrong, actually. Okay, what are we getting with this? Probably just a Cabal Coffers and kill him with Ballista. Should be game. Surely I have 14 mana. Or I guess I kind of need 9/9. I guess if they have Cling to Dust, they get there. They go to 1. They have to Cling to Dust in response to Ballista too. But they're not conceding, so I think they have it. It would be awesome to lose this game. Okay, they didn't have it. Opponent says, man, I just wanted to cast Wurmcoil. Me too, dude. Me too. Let's get a 4-1 prediction going. Yeah, going 9-1, only losing to Hayashi nonsense is pretty good if that's what happens here. Mountain go. Oh, I probably should have fetched here this turn, actually. Okay, Blood Moon coming down next turn. So I think I'm just going to play a Liliana here. Probably discard a Damnation. But yeah, if their whole turn is play Blood Moon next turn, that is fine. Or Liliana takes up. I'm not sure what we could find Invoke Despair off the Profane Tutor potentially. Gullen, thank you for the 4 months or 3 months. Appreciate you. Invoke Despair does kill the Blood Moon. They discarded a Blood Moon from their hands. Plays that one. Loses the Unholy Heat. Is this a good matchup? I mean, I don't know exactly what my opponent's playing. Like, the Lava Spike's kind of throwing me off. But, like, our one loss league was to a my Hayashi deck, but instead of playing Blood Moon, Hayashi was playing Field of Ruin, Cleansing Wildfire, Ghost Quarter. And that was our first loss this league. Okay, I think with this happening, I am just gonna go ahead and tutor up Invoke Despair. Yeah, also Pillage, which actually seems like a better match. That seems like that deck does seem better against our deck. That deck actually seems better against our deck than the Blood Moons do. Okay, so I will get a Swamp end of turn. So I can cast the Invoke. Opponent's Obosh in their hand. Just dealing with enchantments as the mono black deck. Feels weird. Okay, guess we have to play through it. I think I'm gonna go for Karn. Wurmcoil. I should have just thought seized first, actually. I'm okay if they kill my Karn. Just get the Wurmcoil. But I definitely should have thought seized first. I was thinking that I would maybe get Coating. And keep Coating. Yeah, the problem with getting Coating is like I'm just like so weak to them killing the Karn, and they're like pretty likely to be able to kill it. It's kind of wild how infrequently I feel like I get Coating these days. I just don't feel like I get it that often. I think I'll just bring in 4th Golos for the 4th Thoughtseize. Click submit. Is it a bonus or necessary that Invoke can deal with Blood Moon Spreading Seas? It's a bonus. I think Invoke Despair would still be like playable if that wasn't part of it, but it is very nice. Yeah, I mean, Mono Red just can't beat the Wurmcoil. They have to stop it before it comes down, or they're just dead. To me, it feels like I get Wurmcoil most often. I feel like I get Bolas at Citadel the most often. Yeah, I'm not sure what my most commonly fetched card is. I do think that like a lot of people just like they cast Karn and then they just like grab Coating because they get a little stuck. This league, I actually think we got Citadel more than any other card. I don't think that that's super common though, but I do think that's what happened. Okay, so spin the Tutor here, I think. If they do Blood Moon me, I can go like map for Swamp or something. Yeah, Blood Moon's not that bad for us here. Pillage would be bad. Ah, spoke it into existence, I guess. But if we do get to Profane Tutor for Urborg, potentially... Oh boy. If you're now playing Citadel, do you feel the need for March? No. Citadel's been good without March. It's also like it's a Karn target, so you only get it when your life total's high. But please stop with the lobbying for March of Otherworldly Light. It's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry. Puts the Bosch in their hand. I'm gonna get a little greedy, I think, and get another Coffers. They clearly didn't have any more land interaction this turn. I guess this is bad into the Den of the Bugbear activation, but my general thinking here is if their whole turn is activating Den, we just kind of get to time walk them here. And I'm pretty interested in time walking them and trying to draw a land and slamming the Golos. And obviously if they don't activate the Den, I'm really happy. Lightning Bolt targeting Liliana. Yeah, I think they maybe just didn't realize Den kills Liliana, because I feel like I would basically always. Den here instead. They did keep a card on top though, so maybe they're wanting to dig for some interaction for lands. Oh, they draw the card that they put on top, and it's a Ragavan. Well, I am lucky, I guess, to have double push on this board. Let me just plus, and then they discard Lightning Bolt, keeping Obosh as their last card. So if they draw a land, they're probably going to slam Obosh. And they get to go push into Edicts. Kind of perfect. Obviously the Den's kind of rough, but if we draw land, we basically in the game. I guess my opponent could draw like Blood Moon or something. They just concede. They just conceded. They were not dead there. Just concede. Yeah, we did get the trophy last week. We're actually 9-1 on the day with Mono Black. Had a really rough going with Esper this morning. I had a really good going with Mono Black. I think the Mono Black deck's great. I think I'm really proud of like how it's evolved and come along. Oh, sorry, this is my trade binder. This is my vintage deck, which is every card that I don't want to trade. Oops. Yeah, a tip: if you're opening your chat